Well, hey, welcome everybody to another episode of Tech Tip Tuesday. I'm super excited for this one. It's going to be the last one of the year. So Jake had a great idea of going out with a bang, and I'm like, I agree. Let's make this one super special. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name's Ken Close. I'm a member here, pioneer member from way back in the oldies, lover of Healy, electronics engineer, and the host for you guys tonight. I'm joined by my awesome co-host, Jake Barron, head of operations for the Americas. Hey, Jake, how you doing?
Hello, Ken. Good evening, everyone.
And we got our awesome, super special guest,
Yep.
Henry Penne, he is our onboarding specialist, right? And customer service extraordinaire. Hey, Henry, how you doing?
Hey, Ken. Thank you so much for the introduction. Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a
Love the
good night.
glasses.
And we got the festive spirit going, you and I, Henry. Good job. I don't know if Jake got the memo.
I've got the presents, okay? So
That's
Yeah.
right.
So he comes bearing presents and
that's
gifts,
right.
folks. So he can dress however he wants. Thank you very much. So hey guys, thanks a lot for joining me tonight. And like I said, this is a special Tech Tip Tuesday. It's going to be the last one of 2024. And so Jake came up with an idea of having some giveaways, some prizes. We're just gonna have some fun tonight. Of course, we're gonna answer your questions. You guys put the way how Tech Tip works. It works the same as it always has, but a little extra spin on it tonight. So you put your questions in the chat. Myself, Henry, Jake, sometimes the audience, maybe even a couple of elves might come in and answer your questions, solve all the mysteries. And then, of course, I think we're going to have some fun giveaways as well. So what we can't do, though, is we can't talk about anything around treatments, diagnosis, any kind of diseases or disorders, or any kind of programs that might address those things. Okay, so we can talk about everything else, technical stuff, the apps, how they work, the frequency, of course, is always fun to chat about. So all the other stuff that's is open for you guys to ask questions about. So if that sounds fun, let's get started. How about that?
Let's go.
All
Let's
right, you
go.
guys. So fire up the questions. Tara's already got something for us. And it is, so she says here, is it true that you can put your device and business in a will? So, great question. I think we got, I think I challenged everybody, by the way, is try to stump the text tonight, but so there is a way. Jake, do you want to talk about that from the operations or from legal? I mean, because it is a business, if you will your assets, and this is an asset, you
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah, I mean, you definitely can pass a business down to someone else. There's specific documentation that would need to be submitted, in the case of that type of transition. And our customer care team definitely can assist with that. Usually it's handled by our compliance team, but everything flows through the customer care team first. And, as far as the details, I don't really want to get into the actual details on that call, but as far as, devices can later be transferred over in business. And if it's in a will, typically that makes that whole process easier as well once you have everything properly documented. Because if somebody just comes to us and says, hey, so and so passed away, give me their account, then it gets a little bit trickier. There's not the proper documentation to go along with it. But in a business, there's definitely additional steps required if you're passing down a business where there's income being earned on that account versus just if it's somebody that's using the Healys for their personal use and that's it. It's just a transfer of Healy devices from one account to another. But
yeah,
yeah,
definitely compliance is our partnership on that.
yeah. And if
So
there's any specific questions about the documentation and that kind of thing, what's required, definitely just reach out via live chat or support ticket, and our team will kind of explain what's required in the event that that happens. So
yeah, it's a lot with a will, a legal document makes things a lot easier. Okay. So Lindley's asking, can you please give me a phone number needed to join the Healy WhatsApp? Okay, so if you have a WhatsApp account, all right, so you have your own WhatsApp account, right? Is the WhatsApp Healy thing live yet?
Yeah, so there's a newer WhatsApp group. There's one in Spanish and one in English too. But yeah, let me see if I have the details were shared a little bit ago. I'm gonna see if I can try to find those during this call today. But let's see.
So if you go into the WhatsApp app, and at the top in the search bar, you put in just the word Healy, it's going to pull up any group associated with the Healy word. So if it's in there, I just did it myself, and there is one. Let's see, I'm not sure which one it is, but it pulls up a few with the word Healy in it.
Let me see. Let me open up WhatsApp real quick. See what we got.
Let's see. Toby says, "Hi, Henry. Great to see your face finally."
Toby.
It's good to be here, and thanks for joining us. I really appreciate that, Henry. So those of you guys who are new, haven't seen Henry before. He does an onboarding special kind of group presentation, right? How to use the Healy, all kinds of stuff. You just did one recently, a little special episode on, was it the Healy Advisor Analyze?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
right on. So guys, so what are the resources to be able to see some of that stuff? Is there any recordings of that, or is it just going to be all live?
So the one for the Healy Advisor Analyze 2 app. I know we did one in Chinese that was recorded on YouTube, but normally we do try to keep it like not really recorded because sometimes it can get pretty personal in regards to the questions. That's really the idea here, that people actually come and ask as many questions, and the onboarding is as tailored to you as possible. So that's why we cannot really encourage people to actually join the onboarding, so that they can have a really personal experience. They can ask as many questions as they want. And yeah, that's why we're not really recording, but it may be something we may consider in the future, so that if somebody may not be necessarily looking for that, one-on-one experience, but they just want to have a general understanding of the app, they can always do that. But that's why we also have the Healy Academy too, because we do have those resources there for everyone, that if you want to continue learning about your Healy device on your own, about the different apps, that's why the Healy Academy is also there for you.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So let's see. So Marjorie's got a question, kind of a couple of them. So one basically is that if I'm running a sleep program and I'm going to bed and I fall asleep, where should I place the Healy? So obviously, if you're running a sleep program, all of these programs can run via microcurrent, right? Direct connection to the body. You can run them with the Healy coil, and then they just send a magnetic emission. And oftentimes we encourage that you clip the Healy to your body, right? And you run those programs. So the magnetic energy flows. It's got about a 3-foot bubble, and you could put the Healy like on your nightstand. If you're falling asleep, it's kind of, the program's going to run for what, maybe anywhere from 42 minutes to an hour or whatever. And then it's going to be still on you when you're sleeping. So it maybe falls off. It's somewhere in your bed. Who knows, right? So it's not a bad idea to put it on your nightstand next to you. I personally like to run the sleep programs prior to going to bed, preparing the body in a way hormonally, neurotransmitter wise, as well as my own mindset to set the pace for going to sleep. So in other words, maybe I'm setting this program up and I'm doing the entire program just before I go to bed. If it's a 40-minute, an hour, whatever, by the time I'm ready to go to bed, I've timed it to where it's over and I go to bed. Right now, my body's prepared for the action. Right? What's the action? Well, going to sleep. And to prepare the body, it takes a few things. Of course, as people are having trouble, then there's the mag Healy. It's really nice as a added piece for be running it infinitely all night. You can run it all night on that sleep program. They're designed to do that, and you don't have to have it on your body. It's just again, on your nightstand next to you. If you only have the Healy and the coil, my advice is to not have it on your body, right? Have it next to the nightstand, close by, and if you don't have a nightstand, okay, clip it to the sheet on your bed. I mean, somewhere, I'm sure you can be innovative enough to find a way to use this little clip right here and have it nearby within a 3-foot radius. Okay. And then you're going to be getting the magnetic energy. Now, let me give you a little technical information about the coil. So the coil transmits 2 magnetic fields. All right. The coil is wrapped like this. It's not wrapped like this. If you turn it on the side here, let's just take a look at the coil, right? Here's the coil. You can kind of see the light shining on this circular emission, this little reflection. That's a coil of wire. It's actually 2 coils, and they emit magnetic fields in somewhat of a cone shape out this direction and out this direction. So you got 2 fields opposite each other. So basically the center of the coil is sitting in what's basically a 0 vector field, like a little non-magnetic area, right? A void. And then the frequencies, each one is pulsed. Each magnetic field is pulsed at the frequencies designed by the program. So let's say if you want to optimally place this guy, I would place it to where one of those magnetic fields are transmitting towards your body, right? This is why we put it on our body like this. So we got a field going forward, a field going backward. We're right in the middle. All right. So if we set it on our nightstand, maybe you want to set it on its edge. So it's sending that field to your body this way. All right. So, or if you clip it on somewhere, again, being mindful that that field is going out like that. Now, remember, it's not just a cone. It's going omnidirectionally, this all the way outward. So you're going to get the emissions. You're going to get the field. It's just, I like to place it to where it's maximizing, right? Facing me in some form. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So what's the other part? The other part of that question was, I saw a video on the Healy Academy somewhere that said not to place the Healy coil anywhere around the clavicle or the heart. So there are no contraindicators for the coil around the heart itself. I mean, we can wear it. It's not going to cause any issues. If we look at the principles of this magnetic emission, the principles are a magnetic field goes out omnidirectionally. It will induce its information into an antenna. Now, what classifies anything as an antenna? Any conductive material. So an antenna on your car is a stick sticking straight up, right? A metal strip. An antenna that's out in your yard that maybe got some radio attached to. It's metal. The body is an antenna because it's water and minerals. It's also an antenna picking up radio signals. What has to happen from a magnetic wave that's coming into the body is that wave has to be transformed into electron flow into the body, and the body decodes the information, right? This is a very intelligent process. This is not my rules, and this is just physics. This is just the way that the universe operates in magnetic fields. Okay, so our body takes on this information and then uses it to influence biology, cell structures, tissues, organs, right? All that kind of stuff. So just know that that's what's going on. The body discerns that information. Healy does not transmit a megawatt of magnetic energy. It's not a huge, enormous amplified field. It's subtle. It's subtle on purpose, so that it's not doing, it doesn't go very far. And not only that, it's your body has opportunity to discount it as well. So in other words, the mind can kind of diffuse that influence. So we want to make sure that, we're not having these thoughts of, I don't know. I mean, I know not you guys. I know our audience is different, but you may know somebody out there that's a bit skeptical, right? All right. And then the last part says that I'm thinking she's confusing the use of the coil and the electrodes, and it's true. The microcurrent is not okay going through directly through the heart, like you don't put the sticky pads in certain places, as well as for pacemakers and those kind of things is not okay for that. Different modality, okay? All right. So Michaela says yes, that the WhatsApp group is working. So did you find that, Jake? Yeah, here it is. There's a link in there, guys.
Yeah, there was a question about the phone number. The link, it's a public channel and there's no restrictions on it. So as far as the phone number, like when we share this particular channel, the only link to share is the link that we share that. I'm trying to see if there's a way to like force an invite, but let me see.
You know, with typical WhatsApp accounts, there's an associated phone number.
Yeah.
That's probably what you're referring to, but
Mhm.
if you click on that link and see where it takes you. Okay. Let's see. So that question's been answered. There was a question from Tara again about how long you need to own a device before you can transfer it to a new one. And Henry answered that for you, which is, again, once you have a device associated to your account, it's eligible for transfer, right? That's
Mhm.
anytime. So thank you for that, Henry. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that I did see that they also asked if, with that 14-day return window would apply there. I don't know if you can answer that, Jake, but from what I understand, it doesn't. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I just know it works and it's fairly easy to use. I know there's restrictions as far as certain countries like Korea doesn't participate in this, and you can't transfer medical edition and that kind of thing. But as far as the 30 days, we made an announcement about this, several months ago when it first launched, and I don't remember now. I'm trying to find the announcement if there was a specification there as far as time limit, but
Yeah, and Tara's, we're going to call this Tech Tip Tara again. We did this last week. She's like knocking out the questions here. I'm loving it. So again, another question. Thank you for answering already, Henry, but I want to put it on the live chat here or on the live show. If you lose a device and you purchase a replacement, does it come with all the original accessories, wristbands, charging sticky pads, all this stuff? And so the answer is yes, it does. I mean, that box, right? You purchase a new one, you get a new box of goodies. Not a coil, but it does come with the original contents, right? So all the no difference if you're buying it for the first time. The kit is the kit, right? The hardware is the hardware. I like that a lot. So you get the new wristbands, the electrodes, the sticky pads. You even get a nice little card in there that shows you how to use it, right?
I just put inside that chat thread about the device transfer. I'm looking back in July is when we announced this, which it seems like a lot longer than that, but there is a part about it being out of the buyback period and commission period. So the 30 days isn't necessarily an exact amount. The return period varies by country, and as far as the commission period too. If commissions were paid on it, depends on where it falls within the particular week and the month and that kind of thing too. But so yeah, it looks like there is some sort of waiting period, but in 30 days is probably a pretty good estimate there. But
yeah, it would make sense. You got, again, the 14-day countdown starts when you receive the Healy, so it depends on the shipping time, right? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
that's the 14-day countdown. Then there is that commission structure that falls on a Monday, and depends on where that receiver handled it when they receive the device, and then there's some variations by probably 5 days, maybe, I don't know, something like that. But I agree. I think that 30-day would be a good benchmark to know it's safe after that. Let's see here. And of course, we know that, I don't know, if it's, say, a Christmas gift, right? Okay. You can ship it to them and they can start using the Pink Dot or the Healy app right away, right? So the microcurrent, that all functions right away. And then you know, if that's a Christmas gift and there's a little bit of a waiting period, whatever it is, you bought it for them, then no big deal. You could just transfer it a little bit later. Let's see. And we know based on that, you know, understanding transfer, they have to have their own account, right, with Healy. So, you know, they're going to get them their own account, and then that'll be active right away. That process opens up right away. Then it's just a matter of that little bit of waiting period. Okay. So Melissa's saying, you know, so if it's a channel that's public, there's no phone number needed. Just getting my bearings here again.
Oh yeah, I'm not a WhatsApp expert, but maybe Melissa here is. So that would be great. Maybe that explains why we can't find the phone number. I don't know. But
Yeah. So you do have accounts that are you know, that are not necessarily a personal one. They're a group account, I guess. I don't know. I'm not an expert at WhatsApp either. Let's see. I don't know if anybody's clicked on that link up there that Jake put in. You can see what you got. And of course, any WhatsApp group, if you click on the tab at the top, it gives you the information about the group.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So Linda's come back with a question around, I still get confused with the natural cycle 1 and 2. Can you explain it if it needs to power up every time I start Healy? So Henry put some good information in there. You know, the natural cycle, you know, each one has, when you are running that natural cycle, gives you kind of a blueprint. So there's some training on that, right, in the academy. Don't we have something?
Yeah, there's a video there. It was in the process of being updated. I actually don't remember if it had been added, but there is some information. There's a flyer on natural cycle, and there's information in the Healy app manual itself too. So let me see if I can pull that up, because it does explain a little bit too about that. Let me see here.
So you operate the natural cycle essentially from the Blue app, right? Or from the Heal Advisor Analyze app, the wavy line. I'm not the Analyze, but just the Advisor right there on my shoulder. The wavy line one, right? That's where the natural cycle is. You go in there and it gives you your, basically your schedules in there, your advice of what programs to do and that kind of thing. And then you can run those programs and it'll switch you over. As long as your Healy is turned on, it'll switch you over to the pink app to run the program, right?
So in that, Linda, are you referring to, actually, like, as far as the 1 versus 2, are you referring to the stabilization daily and stabilization solar? Because as far as or is there a different part you're referring to for the programs itself? Because if you look at, you know, I'll share my screen just while we're here. Okay, so this is the Healy app manual. You know, we're down here on page 39. So there's a whole description here about the natural cycle, as far as the different trigger dates, and it talks about, you know, before each program, 30 minutes before, drink a glass of water, 15 minutes before, also, and 15 minutes after. Now, Ken, you know, could talk about hydration a lot. Very important to have that water in here. And then it talks about between the 2 different programs, the daily and the solar stabilization, and when to switch between the 2. There's a nice little description here also. So you know, I reference the Healy app manual almost every day, because there's, you know, questions about programs, more detailed descriptions, because within the Healy 2 app, there's not a lot of descriptions as far as what the programs do. So this is always a great place to have this saved somewhere, whether it's on your phone and you can scroll through it and zoom in and that kind of thing, or on your computer, a little bit easier to read also, but it has the details, the program names, the duration is each one's 18 minutes, and then the stabilization daily and stabilization solar as well. And there's also very detailed descriptions of each of those too. So this is one of the more, this particular module is probably one of the more detailed ones as far as the descriptive information that's available in the Healy app manual.
You know, the Heal Advisor is going to do exactly that. It's going to advise you within that natural cycle program. When you're running it, you know, here's what you do at this time of day within your circadian rhythm when you're running that natural cycle. And here's the date, here's the times, all that. And then you, because when you're looking at the pink app, you have natural cycle 1, natural cycle 2. Natural cycle 1 has all the programs, the meridians, such and that kind of thing you're going to run. 2 is going to either be what the daily
stabilization,
the stabilization or solar, and the advisor is going to tell you which one to run, right? It's going to advise you when to run one or the other. So it's kind of, and that's also in that lineup of allocated tasks, from drinking water to running a program. It's right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, for the day, then the next and the next. So that does help clarify things. I know it's nice to see, like, well, what do I do in advance? Well, just launch, right? And then it's going to kind of walk you through it, right? Once you've done it, you'll get that feel, and you'll go, oh, that wasn't so bad, right? That wasn't we always make stuff up in our mind to be a little bit more challenging.
So, Ken, we got some questions here about the adhesive electrodes. So, a lot of great answers already put into the chat. So, yes, the question was, how long can you use them for? And really, I think it depends on how well you take care of them. Also, as far as cleaning them, putting them back on the sticky pad, not letting them sit out, just out there without on a proper sort of plastic backing there as well. Ken, what are your tips for maximizing the life of these adhesive electrodes?
I'll take a look at these electrodes right here. Now, if you could get a close-up look at these, they're like, I mean, they look like they've been run through the dirt, right? They're dirty. And the backside. I mean, I've had these. I don't know, a few years now. So remember, just like the wristbands, you can clean these. There's a way to do that. If you pull the sticky pad off, and if you run them under warm water, not hot, not cold, but under warm water, and you rub them with your finger under the warm water, right? And try to get rid of any fuzz, or not scrape them with your fingernails or any instrument. Just rubbing them will help to get rid of oils and maybe contaminants and things from, whatever has been they've been attached to. And then shake them off, and then place them back on that clear sticky pad. That's the best way to keep them safe and protected. Is this clear? Don't throw these guys away, because they're super valuable. Now, if you did throw them away, okay, that's not terrible. You can stick them to like a piece of glass. I've stuck them to my mirror, by the way, something like that. You don't want to stick them to saran wrap. That tends to be too thin and can peel and break apart. But something that's super smooth like this, you can use that. That's to put them back on there if you've lost your. I know. When I first got mine, I took the sticky pads off, put them on my body, set this clear strip down somewhere, and you can't see it. It's like it disappears into anything, right? So you got to make sure you keep track of it. But you can wash these. And another pro tip I want to give you on using these sticky pads is clean wherever you're going to place them. Clean it. And I know you say, well, I just took a shower this morning. Yeah, but all day long, your body is secreting oils, right? It's just normal. And it's not only that, perspiration, the pores breathe and expand and excrete. That's normal. That's how our body works. And those things, those minerals, those salts, I don't like using contaminants, but they are to the sticky pad. They're natural to us. But if you clean the area and then apply those pads, then you're in much better shape. Now, remember, do not use the sticky pads on any skin that is damaged, like burns or cuts or scrapes or open wounds. Never put them there. Okay. And as we talked earlier, you don't put them where they're crossing any of the heart meridians, right? Any of the areas of the heart. You can put it on one side, like over there. And of course, if you have a pacemaker, again, no, we don't want to do that. Okay, so just pay attention to those things. You're not going to put them on your neck. You got, the carotid arteries that are going through here. It's not meant to go on each side of the arteries. Yeah, just being mindful like that, but you can use them over and over and over again for so long.
At some point, though, you're probably going to have to replace them. And it's very easy to do. If you want additional ones, you can just go to our Healy shop, go to the accessories section, and you'll see they're sold in a pack of 8. So 4 pairs, they're available there. We have the animal kit accessories available here, a charger, connection cables, travel case in this section as well.
Yeah. I'm one of those kind of guys. I just want to get the max life out of these things. But again, I mean, I for the most part, I'm a wristband person. As you notice, the wristband has a buckle on one end and a Velcro strap or Velcro on the other. I've even invented, extensions so that I can put that around my leg. So I'm just making, you can apply the current anywhere in the body.
So Ken, we're at about the halfway point here, and I love the questions coming in tonight. Awesome group here. So we do have several giveaways still to take place in the second half, but I want to share something first. This is a world premiere, actually. Ken hasn't even seen these yet. So let me get this ready to go here. Okay, just give me 1 minute while I get this all set up.
I love what Melissa says. She says, don't stick those sticky pads to themselves and don't let the kids play with them.
Yeah.
No kidding. It's true.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to almost.
Another thing that Melissa did say is that their kids, her kids actually ended up putting like Sharpie on the plastic area. It actually turned out to be helpful because I mean I can definitely see how it could be helpful because as you said, Ken, like that plastic, it really becomes invisible when you just leave it without the adhesive electrodes.
Yeah, set it down and it disappears.
Yeah, maybe it's wise to actually put like a little mark on it with Sharpie.
Okay, here we go. So we're all here, right? Tech Tip Tuesday, end of year celebration and giveaways. We got some exclusive content, never before seen. This is a new section on our YouTube channel. We haven't officially launched this, but on Tech Tip Tuesday, we want you all to be the first to see these new videos. This is a new playlist. It's called Healy Quick Tips. It actually is, even though we haven't officially announced it, you can get to it on our YouTube channel right now. Henry and I have been working on this for a little bit and it's been a lot of fun. So we want to share the first 2 videos with you. They're very short, about a minute each. So this one here, Healy Quick Tip, how to test your connection cable. So let's see what we got. Have you ever had this happen to you?
How do I know if my connection cables are still working? I really wish there was an easy way to test this.
Lucky for you, there is. Let me show you how. While running a Healy program, you'll see the conductivity warning. A frequency is generated, but no measurable current is flowing. Touch the 2 wristbands together. You'll see the conductivity warning goes away. Pull them back apart. The message comes back up. Touch them again, it goes away. If you have these touched together, everything's fully connected, and you're still getting that message, chances are one of your connection cables is damaged. And that's the easy way to test your Healy connection cables. If you do need to replace one, go to your Healy shop. You'll find them in the accessories section. And it's always a great idea to have a spare on hand so you don't end up like this guy. Yeah, so.
Wow, you guys get an Oscar for that award-winning.
we had a lot of fun. You know, it's a very common question that we get, you know, and it's very simple to do to test to see if, you know, your connection cables are working. We just wanted to have a little bit of fun with that. And then this next video, Henry did an amazing job. It talks about how to do a hardware reset. So, you know, we talk about this a lot on Tech Tip Tuesday, doing a hard reset, and we wanted to show exactly how that's
Are
done.
you having trouble connecting, charging, or even turning on your Healy? Well, a quick hardware reset may be all you need. For connection issues, press and hold the power button for around 10 seconds until the green light turns on. Now try to connect it again to see if that resolves the issue. For charging or battery life issues, first connect your Healy to a power source. Then press and hold the power button until the green light becomes brighter. Next, let it charge fully until the green light turns off. Lastly, use your Healy as normal until the battery is fully drained, and repeat this process a few times without resetting your Healy again to ensure that your battery is successfully calibrated. And that's how easy it is to reset your Healy and keep it working smoothly. Until next time.
Awesome tip. See, you know, we would talk about this kind of stuff on videos and on different chats and such. Well, you know, when you see a picture of it, you see the video of it, you can actually see the action and see it in action. That's great. What a great tip.
We talk about these things, but you know, and we do go through the process of hyperlinking every time we talk about this stuff, but having something quick, shareable, 1 minute long, is kind of the direction we're going to try out here. And, you know, the plan is to create a couple of these each month and sort of build a bigger library of these as well. So any ideas you all have? Well, actually, we have a list of like 50 already that we want to do. It just takes a little bit of time.
You got some acting to do now. You're gonna have to script up and start practicing. You guys are gonna be Hollywood stars.
Gonna hire hair and makeup and
go to the green room and get all ready. And yeah, you got your wardrobe and nice job, guys. Perfect. I love it. And you know what, guys? These tips, they're now coming to video pieces. These are all pieces that we've covered here on Tech Tip Tuesday, right? So it makes sense that the debut comes from here, right? Thanks a lot. I appreciate that.
Yep, exactly. So let's do one giveaway right now. Let's get right into this, and we'll say we'll do, you know, maybe one every couple minutes here for the rest of the call. Actually, let me go back and share my screen again. All right, so no one here even really knows what we're giving away, but let's see here what we have on the next slide. Look at this. So we got some exclusive stuff here that really hasn't been available. So we have a lanyard case. So this isn't, a lot of people have been asking about this protected lanyard case. This is a different one. This is kind of a very exclusive limited edition. We only have a few more of these left. These were available to earn as part of a promo earlier this year. So we have the pink ones and the blue one. Oh, I have these actually right here with me, which are very cool. These are awesome, really high quality, real stones also on the chain there. And then we have the Healy backpack. I don't have one of those here with me right now, but this Healy crossbody bag. I love this thing. So this is something new. This was included as with a purchase of Mag Healy Professional in the month of November. And we got some plans for this as well, but I do have one of these here actually. So, you know, it's just the cool thing is, so you can fit in this bag here, you can fit your Mag Healy charger, cables, that kind of thing. And then this little cool detachable pouch on the side, you can fit your Healy with the coil on it in this pouch. So you can be wearing this, have the Mag Healy in here, have your Healy with the coil all at once. So it's super useful as well, easy to use. So let's go ahead and we will go to question number one. So the way this is going to work, let me just go to the question. So the first question here is, how many questions do we answer on all of the Tech Tip Tuesdays combined in 2024? The person who gets closest is going to win. So go ahead. We'll give it like 60 seconds or whatever. Put your answer into the chat here, and we will see who is the first winner. And the first winner gets to pick their prize actually out of these four.
Now, remember, we had a Tech Tip Tuesday almost every week. So almost probably at least 50 Tech Tip Tuesdays in 2024. Let's just say there was 48. And then an average, I don't know, just do the math. How many average questions? You guys do the math. Come on.
We got some good guesses here. Some are, I wish we had that many answer there, but keep them coming here. Keep them coming. We'll do another 30 seconds or so before we close the voting.
Now, what if you do if two people have the same answer?
Two people the same answer, then we might have to give away two.
We'll have two winners. Yeah, okay, all right.
Each person can pick only one guess. You can only guess once. So.
One number per person, you guys.
Your first guess is the one that counts.
There you go. Good job, you guys.
Okay.
All right. And there's only 26 people, by the way, here. So
last chance here. Last chance here. I think everyone's put their into the chat. So the answer is 529. So let's see here. We had a guess of 500 from Lisa. That's very close. Very good guess.
Melissa was 555. Ooh.
555. So we gotta do some math here. So that's 29. Actually, the 555 is closer, isn't it? That's only 26 off versus 29. So let's see. Do we have
anybody else closer? 500. We saw 475.
I think 555 is the winner. Yeah. Melissa.
Well, there's 570. That's it. So 555. Yeah.
Melissa, you can send me a message in the chat with. Actually, just let us know right now which of the prizes that you want. Whether it's one of the lanyard case, if it's the pink, the blue, or the crossbody bag or the backpack. And then also, if you can just message me your shipping address too in the chat just to confirm where you want this shipped. Oh, the pink lanyard, awesome, very cool. Good pick. And
by the way, you can if you're gonna do the chat, in the chat, instead of sending it to everyone, you can just choose Jake and send a private message to Jake.
Yeah.
If you guys aren't familiar with how to do that in the chat, so just click on, instead of to everyone, click on just to Jake to send your private content to him.
Okay, we have two more. Actually, I just realized I had that labeled wrong. That was giveaway number 1, but it's on there as 2. But we're gonna do 2 more near the end of the call here. So there's 2 more chances to win. So all right, let's see. It's gonna be hard to find the questions that came in since then, though, because we got a lot of guesses here.
Well, and Melissa also, by the way, guys, asked, hey, if you guys need a female actress, count her in. So when you're doing your shorts, she's like, I want to be in there. Right on. Thanks, you guys, for all that participation. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have any other new questions? I mean, that was fun. Thanks, Jake.
More to come.
529 for the year. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if you guys already answered, but I know that we have someone asking about the lanyards and when they're going to be available.
Yeah, so the official one for purchase, there's not, we don't have a release date on it yet. It's still kind of a potential project for the future, but I wish I had a good answer for you, but for now, maybe you'll win one of the next question here. But yeah, at some point, the need for having some sort of official accessories is definitely sort of on the one of the project lists. But yeah.
Well, just like any other company and startup and product lines, it's taken a minute. That's a lot of work. Yeah. Okay, let's see. So Henry answered a question about the IMF. There was a question above. Well, we got to go way back because we got a lot of answers with all those numbers. But there was a question about how are IMF, FSM, EMF, Rife similar or different? So I love this question because IMF, it just stands for that individualized microcurrent frequency, right? So IMF when you see the IMF, means that that program is optimized for the ability to actually use the coil, right? In other words, it's going to have variable frequencies. It's really designed to be optimized or usable with the coil. But the microcurrent, let's look at it this way. What you're talking about there, FSM, which is frequency specific microcurrent. That's what it stands for. Carolyn McMakin, she coined that phrase, I think back in the 80s, right? When she was researching how microcurrent and then specific microcurrent oscillated at frequencies had an effect on biology. So, and then PEMF is a pulsed emitted magnetic frequency. So again, these are all magnetic realm infusions. So magnetic modalities. So everything in this entire universe operates in a magnetic field. Everything, the electron, the universe, the earth, the rotations of the planets, everything. And you are made of electrons. Even photons are operating within a magnetic field. All of these, the common ground is the magnetic field. Okay. The way in which they are transmitted may vary, whether that magnetic field is electrons basically going through the body, oscillating at very specific frequencies, or perhaps that magnetic field is a PEMF device, a mat, or some kind of a device that emits that magnetic pulsing, right? By the way, even a radio station that's somewhere up on the hill around your location, a radio station is emitting electromagnetic pulsing, right? These are these are magnetic emissions, waves with electrical information attached to them. So in other words, the magnetic wave oscillates at certain frequencies. There is content information in that wave. And when it comes across an antenna, like I told you earlier, that is transduced into electron flow, and there's information in the electrons, and then that's decoded by whatever the antenna was attached to, including your body. We talked about this earlier. So these are different ways, I should say different specialities that use still magnetic energy to induce some kind of information into the body. There's these ones that are listed here: IMF, FSM, PEMF, and Rife. Those were designed to work with the body, optimize the body, still within certain magnetic realms. Okay. So hopefully that helped. And if you got more questions about that, throw them in there. I love talking about concept, and I love talking about the science.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nice.
it's a deep subject, and people are wondering, well, how come I can't see what's going on? I can feel something. But again, it's amazing how even Nikola Tesla said 100 years ago, and probably this quote: "The day that science begins to study non-physical phenomenon, it will make more progress in one decade than science has in its entire existence." That's Nikola Tesla 100 years ago. And now we're working with non-physical, aren't we? I think in my opinion, and in my life and the way I work, it's like there are systems out there that are needed, but some are just we've relied on too much. And the body is the healer, guys. The body is the healer. And when we get things out of the way that obstruct that healing, that's when we stop healing. Well, so I love the fact that these scientists, Marcus Schmika, Carolyn McMakin, Dr. Rife, these scientists who created this non-physical way of interfacing with the body is improving healing. Hey, we're moving that way very quickly. So Marjorie says that IMF is a generic term. It's actually, IMF was the word assigned by Marcus Schmika to the Healy frequency programs. FSM is it is a brand. It was actually coined by Carolyn McMakin. And IMF was coined and created as an offshoot for Healy. Okay, so individualized microcurrent frequency is what that stands for. Are they all kind of doing similar stuff? Sure. So, all right. Dory says, how do we know which frequency is the best to use? Does Healy use PEMF or Rife? Yes. So by the way, the Rife frequencies are in there. You know where they are? Who knows where they are? But if you know the answer, maybe that's a prize. Where are the Rife frequencies in the Healy system? I don't know. I'm just making stuff up right now. We know where they are. Do you? That's the question. So I'll give you a hint. They're right there within the microcurrent programs. All right, we're not going to assign a prize to this. I don't know, Jake, unless you want to.
Oh, hey, no, we won't have a prize for this one, but I think it's about time for giveaway number 2. What about you? What do you think?
But here we go. Look at Dory's got the answer. Lindley's got the answer. Power of 3. Yes, it is in the power of 3. So in the power of 3, there's what's called the classical, physical, and then the classical energetic. Okay, so those are the Rife categories, by the way. Right there you go. All right. And use them, because Rife frequencies, again, Dr. Rife just learned about specific frequencies that did things in the body. So there you go. All right, Jake.
All right, let's get right back into this. Giveaway number 2. So let me, a second here. Let me share the screen again. Make sure we're in the right section. Okay. Same rules basically here. How many episodes of Tech Tip Tuesday did we have in 2024, including today's episode? So real quick, 30 seconds, put your answers into the chat here. And also the first person, because this one we might have several people that answer the same. If they do, the first person to guess it correctly wins. Then anyone else that guesses that same number will give a free expert program too. How's that?
There you go. Okay. So there we go. They're coming in. 30 seconds. How much time we got? 15. Okay.
Just as a guideline, the maximum it could be is 52, because it's one per week. Just a quick okay, 40. Okay, let's see. Another 15 seconds. We'll close the voting here.
Okay. Down.
Some pretty good guesses here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
All right, let's see. What's the answer here? Oh, 38. So it's actually, when I was going through this, it's actually lower than I thought, because Tech Tip Tuesday, we advertise this as every Tuesday. We had several conflicts in sort of the middle of the year, and then later this year too, where we had a few Tuesdays in a row that we couldn't make it. So really, you think about it, it's almost pretty much like once a month or so there was some sort of conflict going on. We try to do this every Tuesday, and it's we never take the decision lightly to have to cancel one. But so that means we had a lot of people guess higher than what it actually was. So what is the,
I think Lindley was a winner. If I'm reading correctly, it looks like maybe Lindley with 40.
Lindley with 40. Yeah, the lowest was 40. The highest I say was 48. Well, there was a 592, but I think that was like, oops, I meant to put a different number in there. But anyway, I think 40 is the lowest.
Lindley, are you in Australia? Is that where you're from? I'm just trying to think logistically if we have to ship something across the world. But let me see here. If you can put into the,
send a private message to Jake. Where you at?
Just message me, and if it's something where you want an expert program or a program module or something in its place, rather than wait to get something shipped across the world, we'll work something out. Whatever works best for you there. So just let me know in the chat here, or just message me later, and we will get something on the way to you, whether virtually or physically. So
I love it. I mean, I'm surprised that 38. I mean, it's like, it seemed like we were like every week, but you're right. There was many that we had.
counted a few times, and I'm like, really?
Yeah. There was a few conflicts.
I thought, like everybody else, I thought it was like the mid 40s, but
Yeah.
all good. Okay, let's go to the last giveaway question here, and this one is a tough one. This one's very tough. So, how long on average does someone view a recording of Tech Tip Tuesday on our YouTube channel? So, just some
Wow.
tips here. Keep in mind, most of our episodes are an hour long, so this could be anywhere from a few minutes to up to an hour. So, all right, here we go. The guesses are coming in here.
I
30
love
minutes.
this question. I love this question a lot because I would think like, well, they're going to watch it the whole time. I don't know.
23, 20, 22, 12, 21, 15, 17, 45, 40, 23. Great guess.
Yeah, because you also need to consider the timestamps that we put. If somebody's just looking for a specific answer, they can just go for that.
Yeah. You just like one little spot. There you go. Done. Watch it for 10 seconds.
30 minutes, 37. Okay. 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds. Put your guesses in here. 22 minutes.
5,
10
4,
minutes.
3, 2, 1. Okay. Everybody's on.
Last chance. Okay.
What's the number? Drum roll.
We have somebody that is very close, within seconds of the actual answer. So very, very cool. The answer is 10 minutes and 16 seconds. So Dory, congratulations.
Wow.
10 minutes.
Yeah, which is actually, this is by far, out of all the videos that we do, Healy for Beginners and Beyond, Frequencies and Friends, this one, people watch Tech Tip Tuesday recordings the longest out of any of our video type segments, which is very cool. As Henry mentioned, they're all time stamped. So, that probably means that most people are looking at 3 or 4 questions or something like that throughout the call. So yeah, great. I think, but also people's attention span these days is seconds. That's why Henry and I have been working on these Healy short videos. They're about a minute long. Also, so, but yeah, Dory, same as before. Message me directly in the chat. We only have a few more minutes left on the call, but if not, we'll reach out after. And as far as let me just remind the prizes that were available. We'll go back to here. So we have the pink lanyard case, the blue lanyard case. We have the gray Healy crossbody bag, and we have the gray Healy commuter backpack that we have here too. So let me know what you prefer and just message me directly with the shipping address. And Lindley, I'll reach out after this too regarding some sort of virtual option so we can get you something right away, seeing as you are in Australia. So okay.
I gotta say, I am so proud of this audience, by the way. I mean, so Dory and Lindley, I know you guys are definitely, like regulars here. Because I see your names a lot. So it's super great to see you guys come back often. I mean, I feel like you may not have like, you probably understand how to use your Healy quite well. Maybe you're here because we just kind of expand on something that you hadn't been expanded on before. I don't know. But, and the fact that the average viewer is there for over 10 minutes. I mean, with the short attention spans that most people have, I'm honored that you guys are there for that long. That's just an average. That means there's people that are, I mean, how many times are they viewed? We had 38 shows in 2024 of over, how many questions? 500 questions. So
there's a lot of time spent on there, and there's over 120 Tech Tip Tuesdays on our YouTube channel now too. So, and I know it's 9 o'clock. We're at the end of the call here. So one more thing. So Ken, how long have you been doing Tech Tip Tuesdays? Right, it's been maybe over 4 years since
We
you.
did. Yeah. So when even before the U.S. opened as a market, another leader and I got together and said, what can we do to try to expand the understanding and the knowledge of this device and this technology? And I'm an engineer. My background, I know exactly what the electronics are inside here. I know exactly how Marcus is using device and technology to interface with consciousness. I mean, this is why I was such a all-in guy from the very beginning. I already knew. In fact, I had a meditation with all this technology came down to me in 2018. And then all of a sudden it comes out available in 2019. I'm like, okay, thank you, Divine. I mean, I didn't have to invent it. I knew somebody else would. And the fact that I understood that, I was able, I guess, maybe just, my God's gift to be able to explain how it works and then clear up problems. All we did was clear up problems and put a live venue on air. And that started in 2019 when we started and we didn't have someone to transcribe all the questions right off. And it did. And then when we did, it took a while. And then, I was super grateful when Jake said, hey, why don't we, let's do this as a group. I'm like, hey.
Yeah. I joined, I think I joined Tech Tip Tuesdays around a little over 3 years ago that we started doing this. And it'll be 3 years in January that we started putting the recordings up on our YouTube channel. But Ken, I know you weren't really our guessing as part of this thing, but we all appreciate you for starting this and then continuing this, because no one's making Ken do this every Tuesday. And it's just so much appreciated, all you do for the Healy World community. Truly amazing. And Ken, out of any of these gifts here, definitely, you want the Healy crossbody bag, but you want one of those? I feel like that's something that Ken Close could use.
I would totally love a crossbody bag. That is so me, man. I can do everything with that guy.
There's going to be one coming your way later this week. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, man. And by the way, guys, if you're wondering what these goggles are for, is so that when I start going out there and helping Santa, and doing all these, the speed of light, you got to protect those eyes. So you get down there, get these goggles on. That's the idea. So I'm all ready to get out there and start spreading the love.
Yeah. Awesome.
Wow. Was this fun, you guys? I'm so glad you were here. All the audience, and then Henry, you, Jake, thank you very much. What a wonderful year. This is our last episode for 2024. We'll see you in 2025 to continue the love, to continue the support, and just make Healy something that's in every household in this planet. How about that, guys? All right.
Amazing.
Awesome.
All right, you guys. Thanks, Henry. Thanks, Jake.
Thank you, everyone.
Ken. Thank you, everyone.
Happy New Year. So great for everything, and we'll see you all on Tuesday, January 7th, 2025.
All right, you guys. Have a great holiday. See you next year. Bye for now.
Happy holidays, everyone. You guys were awesome.